Hey guys, OMAC446 Productions here, and today I'm back with my very first collab on the channel. Today's collab is with Damon, a fellow Dragon Ball What If YouTuber. And also, I would like to thank Damon's fans who subbed to me from part 1. Thank you so much guys, it means a ton, and I hope you enjoy my future content that I post.
What's up everybody, it's me Damon. Happy to be here.
This is part 2 to our collab, so if you haven't seen part 1 yet, there is a playlist up on my channel where you can go and watch part 1 if you haven't already. Or you can head over to Damon's channel and watch it there. Now, without any further delay, take it away Damon.
So, in part 1, we left off with Beerus and Whis taking future Trunks, Vegeta, Gohan, Goku, and Cell inside the hyperbolic time chamber to train for the Universal Tournament. The Saiyans would most likely tell Beerus about the hyperbolic time chamber where they can train for 1 year and a day, and since Beerus and Whis need as much time as possible to train all these guys up, I'm sure they'd go along with it. And I can already hear you guys typing down in the comments below that the time chamber can only hold 2 people, but remember this, Whis is a walking deus ex machina, so he could most likely manipulate the room or something to have it fit more than 2 people. The strongest one so far would be Gohan, since he had already learned Super Saiyan God, but he hadn't fully mastered it. But by the end of Whis' training, Gohan would be able to use it at will, and on top of that, he can also briefly access the Super Saiyan Blue transformation. As for the others, they all access and master Super Saiyan God. But for Cell unlocks something far different. Cell unlocks a fusion of Super Saiyan God and Frieza's Golden transformation. Meet Golden Super Saiyan God Cell. This is very random, I know, but the reason behind this is, when Cell would unlock his Super Saiyan God form due to his Saiyan cells, his Frost Demon cell from both Frieza and King Cold would respond by unlocking their race's most powerful form, that being the Golden form. Then the cells would almost combine and produce Super Saiyan God Golden Cell. Everyone, including Beerus and Whis, would be left in disbelief at the immense strength and potential the bio-android has to offer. Cell would yell, "Perfect perfection! Finally!" Beerus began to laugh to himself under his breath. Could this android on his own take down Champa's entire team? Beerus is curious and challenges the android, and they begin to fight. Beerus is shocked that this mortal creation is making the God of Destruction go over 90% of his power. And after a while, Cell would start to overpower the god, until Whis cuts the battle short. Whis begins to smile at Cell, because he thinks he may have just found his new God of Destruction. After the fight, the Saiyans would train and get stronger together. Whis would introduce Cell into the possibility of him becoming a god, of which Cell would jump at. And Whis would begin Cell's God of Destruction training. During this time, Beerus would be sleeping in one of the beds inside the time chamber, disappointed in himself that some nobody could overthrow him. Now, I'm going to say that their training would most likely be the exact same it was right before the original Universe 6 tournament, where the group spends 3 years inside the hyperbolic time chamber, or 3 days on the outside. The Saiyans would return to their families and friends, and Cell would go with Beerus and Whis to continue his training to be the God of Destruction of Universe 7. This week of peace would pass almost instantaneously, and Beerus, Whis, and Cell would teleport from Beerus' world to Capsule Corp. Future Trunks and Vegeta would walk outside to greet the trio, whereas Goku and Gohan would use instant transmission to get to Capsule Corp. The Saiyans catch up with each other, but their attention would quickly divert to Cell. He was still in his god form. It appears he has done what Goku and Gohan are doing before they were meant to fight Cell. Whis would explain that during this week, Whis had been lecturing the god in training on the history of the universe, and that there are other universes and more powerful beings. Whis goes on to explain that Cell is probably stronger than the entire team put together as of now, which heavily scares them, but the angel would then say that they came here to announce the retirement of Lord Beerus, and the birth of Lord Cell. Beerus' God of Destruction uniform is quickly replaced by his race's standard clothing, and Cell gains the X-God's clothes. But another thing happens to Beerus. His age is rapidly catching up with him. But his youth is restored by Whis until the end of the tournament. After that, Whis would have to revoke his youth, which will unfortunately kill him. This is because once the roles were swapped, Beerus was stripped of his immortality, making Lord Cell immortal, heavily pleasing his Frieza cells. Vegeta begins to yell at Whis, asking why Cell is suddenly a god, and the Angel explains that on Cell's planet, Cell and Beerus went all out on each other, and the bio-android came out on top, with Beerus on the floor. Nobody can believe this. It was technically only a couple days ago that Beerus defeated Cell with one gut punch, and now, almost a complete opposite. Cell announced that Beerus would be taking his place in the tournament, as if Cell were to fight, it would be horribly unfair. Luckily, even without his godly powers, Beerus is still in no shape or form weak, so I'm going to say that he's currently just below Super Saiyan God Goku. But remember, this Super Saiyan God Goku is much stronger than the one in the original canon. The now mortal Beerus begins to walk over towards his Saiyans, and they are still in shock. Lord Cell would announce that today is the day the Universe 7 annihilates Universe 6 in the Universal Tournament. The Team Hull hold on to Whis' back, and they're off. 20 minutes would pass, and the team land on the planet. Lord Champa would turn around, expecting to see Beerus and his team of weak Universe 7 mortals. But when he turns around, a cold chill runs down his spine. Champa runs over to Beerus and asks what happened, and Ex-God explains everything. Champa would go over to the far taller and stronger Cell to greet and congratulate him on his success, but the Bio-Android would simply ignore the Cat God. This angers Champa. How dare this newbie ignore a senior god of destruction like himself? Out of rage, Champa throws a left hook onto the face of Cell, but his arm is caught and Cell delivers a knee to the quite large stomach of the God Cat, sending him flying across the arena. Whis gives Cell a look of shame, which Cell responds to with an apology. It seems that Cell has a substantial amount of respect towards the Angel, unlike Beerus who took him for granted.
How different will the tournament between gods go? Will Universe 6's team be any different to the one in canon? Find out in part 3 of this What If collab over on Damon's channel. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, as this video took quite some time to make, and comment your thoughts on the vid as well as anything else you might want to say. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I would also like to give a massive thank you to Damon's fans that have subscribed from seeing part 1 over on his channel. Hope you guys stick around. My content is only going to improve from here up. Oh, and by the way, be sure to follow my Instagram for any future updates on videos, thumbnail teasers, etc. That's all from Damon and I for today. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.